And we're live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Viking Arms for round 11 of the Viking Arms quiz. Round 11. It just seems absolutely unbelievable, but here we are. Very welcome to everyone joining us this evening. So let us know who's there and who's waiting, who's banging on the doors to get in, who is making their way first to the bar, getting their orders in first. Hopefully we can all just welcome you into the nice warm cozy atmosphere of the Viking Arms again this evening. So we've got Les Commiserables are here, the Slopikovskis, the Ashes are here, Shalom, Reese, the Coltises are first in. Well, no, you're not first in, you're third in, actually, but nearly, very close. The Humphreys and the Hunts are here, the Fishers are here. We've got lots of people, I'm sure, all frantically typing away to tell us who's around. The Lockwoods are back, the Tangs are back. It's all about our lovely regulars coming in, so good to see you here. Danielle is here, the Kellets are here, the Beasleys are here, the McPhees are here, Mr. Bevan is here, the Bonans are here, Angie's here, the Cliffs are here, the Baxters are here, the Mullet Gang are here. More to say about them in a moment. Good evening, Mr. Beasley. Right, so yeah, it's great. You're all kind of coming in. We've got loads of the Coleses are back. The Owens are here. Hopefully, as I'm reading these out, I really hope that you recognise each other. You recognise the names because it's the same people every week. The Harpers are here. The Brentons are here. Thank God.
We're all under control now.
Well, it's under control. All is good with the world. You know, after the weather we had today, we just need David and Joan just to calm things down, quite frankly, and to get us back into shape. The Morleys are here, the Rapples are here, and the Milburns are in the house. So whilst more people are saying hello, thanks again for joining us tonight. And of course, if you're new to the quiz, you're very, very welcome. But it's so nice to see all of our regulars checking in as well. I feel like I should go back to my old sort of the housemaster day of just checking you in as you just, announce yourselves. Right, well done. And what else? Yeah, so let us know who you are. And also, something a bit special, because I can tell you're giving us your names. I've got the Carlsons are here, the Scotchbrooks are here, the Manly Wars are back, the Bakers are here, the Bradshaws are here. You've had 10 weeks to practice this, but not many of you are getting involved in the spirit of this. Come on, give us a team name. Think of what's the best you can offer us this evening. So we've got a couple of minutes whilst we're just waiting for people to come in tonight. Throw us your best but clean quiz names, so we can see the families are here. We're all here, but what's your best quiz name? The Brazils are here, the Rapplemoors are here, and the Mullet Gang. Yeah, I've already announced the Mullet Gang. And Maud, come on, you don't need to. You're going to get a thank you. You don't need to announce to the world that you've provided us with a round tonight. Our credit is where it's due. It's not kind of pointing the fingers at yourself. The Carlsons of the new original, the Strides are back. Auntie Heather Harper is in the house with the Harper family. So you're very welcome. Okay, Eddie, stop pretending to be your mother. So whilst obviously you're all checking in, we've got the lovely Mrs. Settle. She will be here answering all the answering some of the questions in the comments and just checking you're all behaving yourselves as well. And just well in advance, because I know she is here. No, Angie, I cannot reboot YouTube. Okay, so if the signal goes a bit dodgy, which I hope it doesn't tonight, no, I can't reboot YouTube. It doesn't work like that. The Passmores are here, and you've got a guest contestant, Elsie. You're very welcome. The Fishers are going to be the Outlaws.
Good name.
Very good name. The Terry family are here. The Blumfields are here. Good evening, Governor. And yes, Danielle's asking, are the nails up to standard this week? Yes, they are, Danielle. And I think we can see. We can see. Come on, no, finest effort.
No, it's embarrassing.
They're not quite finished off yet, Danielle, so maybe later. The Browns are here, the McCarthys are here, and the Greens are here, and we've got a couple of names. So the Beasleys are going to be the Weasels. The Milburns are going to be Quistina Aguilera,
good
nice
name,
and original. The Durkoops are back. Angie Wilson will come out later. No more team names. Come on, give me some interesting team names. There must be a few out there.
I had a really good one the other day, and I can't remember now.
Special shout outs. Now's your time to shine, Eddie and the Humphreys. So special shout outs tonight to the Humphreys family, aka the Mullet Gang, for providing a special round on sci-fi tonight. And
don't roll eyes, don't groan.
No, it's a really good.
It's a really good
sci-fi round. Something for everyone there. So I hope you enjoy that. Obviously, if you don't enjoy that, don't say anything, because it's always those moaners who just say, oh, it's too hard, when most people are like, oh, it's fine, I don't know what the problem is. Happiest of birthdays to anyone who has had a birthday this week, and if it is your birthday, let us know, because no one said anything to us. So if you need a special shout out because it's been your birthday, then let us know. And also we're going to take a moment to say a massive well done and congratulations to anyone who's watching who has received a Speech Day prize this week. Speech Day's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, or no, almost 2 weeks, an hour ago, and it will be Speech Day. And I know Mrs. Green is working really hard on putting all that together, but well done if you have received a prize. The rules for tonight, same as always, there are 4 rounds of 11 questions, where the 11th question is a chance for you to have a chat and make a list of whatever I'm asking you to make a list on. And remember, Esther, 10 answers only, okay? You don't write down 20 things and hope that 10 of them are right. 10 answers only for the 11th question. The total at the end of the quiz will be out of 80. And obviously, don't put your answers in the comments because people will cheat and copy them if they think that's right. I'll read each question twice. Do try not to treat. Do try not to. What the hell is in this? Do try not to tweet. Don't cheat. And enjoy. It's been a really, really long week. Enjoy yourselves. Talk to us via the comments box, but obviously keep it clean because it's a family show. A few more things here. The Browns are going to be the Quislings. The Woods are here. Let's see. Jack Linsky is it's Esther's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to you. And Ian Brown's girlfriend's birthday today, so many happy returns to you. The Weatherstons are here, and the Linskys are the Linsky isn't is the Linskys are joining. Good, it's good to have you on board. Missing you massively, Jack, obviously. And the Dirkoops are going to be trick or treat. Okay. Right, it is 8:05. We've got lots of you in the house, so we are going to make a start. And as always, we're going to start with our general knowledge round. Now, we have had a busy week here in the Cecil household, in the Viking Arms. Nearly gave the game away. Oh. So this is what's inspired number 1. According to IKEA, what piece of furniture do they sell roughly every 5 seconds from somewhere in the world? According to IKEA, what piece of furniture do they sell roughly every 5 seconds from somewhere in the world? They're obviously very proud of it, and we got roped into it as well this week too. The Humphreys are going to be, our team name is the Pizza Toppings, and I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. Abby McCarthy, it should have been my prom next Friday, so might wear my dress for next week. Well, why not? We'll come on to that later, but yeah, people make a bit of an effort for the quiz night. Question number 2. What is the capital of Hawaii? What is the capital of Hawaii? The Bradshaws are going to be the Hunters. The Coltuses, the Agatha Quiz. I think you mean the Agatha Quiztees, because I can't say what you just wrote. Quiztees. The Agatha Quiztees. Question number 3. Which mammal has more than 40,000 muscles? Which mammal has more than 40,000 muscles? And if you think about it, it's really obvious. I didn't think about it when Mrs. Settle tested this on me, and I got it wrong, but it's actually really, really obvious. And Dr. Tresario, sorry, I did see you sneaking in there with your comments. Good evening to you too. Good to have you back. Question number 4. Which fish is most widely eaten by humans? That is a tough one. Which fish is most widely eaten by humans? Calm yourself, Leo. Wilson is having a little snooze somewhere because he's getting big. He's slowing down already. So he'll be around. Don't worry. So question number 4: which fish is most widely eaten by humans? That surprised me as well. Would you have guessed that?
I don't think you're filling people with confidence with these comments. To be fair,
I'll wind those back. Question number 5: which Winter Olympic sport is played on a sheet? Which Winter Olympic sport is played on a sheet? Where is he?
Watching the garden.
Ah, right, yeah. No, Wilson's had a bit of a taste of freedom this week. He started to venture out into the garden, so now he's just begging to go out there all the time. The Beasleys are saying they just had an amazing fish and chips from Orwell's in Shipley. Yeah, we need to try that. Oh, we had our first fish and chips from the Sonning Common Fish Bar. If you're living in Sonning Common, the fish and chip shop in Sonning Common, big shout out to them. Best fish and chips. I mean, I'm sure Orwell's is very good. I mean, it's all right. I've been there, but the Sonning Common Fish Bar, we had our first takeaway last week. Oh, it was amazing. Question number 6. What is the relationship between Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Beatrice of York? What is the relationship between Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Beatrice of York? Lobster, sea bass, and turbot. You're just showing off now. Come on.
Turbot
Lobster, sea bass, and turbot. You probably pulled up outside Orwell's in your big flashy car and loaded your lobster and sea bass into the boot. Question number 7. In a coxless rowing boat, I had to squeeze one rowing question in. In a coxless rowing boat, which part of the steersman's body does he use to steer the boat? In a coxless rowing boat, so one that doesn't have the little man steering it, which part of the steersman's body does he use to steer the boat?
That's one for you, Reese.
Did you like my little impression of that's
the cox.
That's what the cox does. Fishmongers in Deal are doing good crab sandwiches. That's great, Ange, but you are about a 3-hour drive away, so I'll reserve that for a few weeks' time, maybe. You live in Sonning Common, but go to the Master Fryer in Emma Green. What?
This is scandal. This is absolute scandal.
I can sense a sort of a poll coming on the best local chippy. Question number 8. The Khyber Pass links which 2 countries? And I'm going to need both answers for the points. The Khyber Pass links which 2 countries? All right, Eddie, don't give your round away before we've even got there, telling Dr. Tresario what's actually in it.
I'm thinking Eddie's just really chuffed with his round. To be fair, it is a great round. It's a
very, very good round. Question number 9. What is the Roman numeral for the number 50? What is the Roman numeral for the number 50? What's the letter that they use for the number 50 in Roman numerals? If you hear a beeping going on in the background, it's fine. It's
the magic dishwasher.
The magic dishwasher is finished. Okay, question number 10. Which is Europe's most southerly capital city? Which is Europe's most southerly capital city? Okay, so a bit of a tricky one to end with there on the general knowledge before we get on to the name 10 things. The Hobsons are saying, to wash down your fish and chips from Sonning Common, I recommend buying a few bottles from local business Purplefoot Wines. Also Sonning Common. I've seen about those on
I love that
Facebook,
this is just turning into sort of like...
Well, we did ask this, didn't we? We said sort of early on in the days of the quiz, what's nice, who are you supporting? Because there's loads of really nice local businesses doing really good stuff. I've seen about Purplefoot Wines on Facebook. Or was it in the local magazine?
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
Where the kids are.
Yeah, I think we Googled it up. Anyway. Yeah, quite agree. We will frequent them at some point. Question number 11. Right, so 10 answers here. There are only 10 answers. Can you name the 10 most followed people on Twitter? Doesn't have to be in any order, but who do you think are the 10 most followed people on Twitter? Okay, so get your thinking hats on. Mr. Brown went to Rebellion Brewery this afternoon. I'm amazed you came back. So whilst you're trying to think of your 10 most followed people on Twitter, something that you can write to us about, apart from which is the best fish and chip bar. With lockdown restrictions easing, we're allowed to bubble up. Bubble up?
Bubble up?
Get into bubbles, social bubbles.
Be bubbly.
Who are you going to be bubbling up with? Okay, so let us know who you're bubbling up with. We're looking forward to seeing some friends over the weekend and bubbling up with the Mullet Gang at some point in the next few days. So yeah, let us know who you're looking forward to seeing in your new social bubble. I think Mr. Landry should charge for adverts.
We just do it for the community.
Oh, come on, there's only a couple of you watching. You know, there's I mean, this is, you know, well, there's only half a dozen of you. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, who are you looking forward to seeing? And whilst you're telling us about that, the 10 most followed people on Twitter. I'll give you a couple more minutes to come up with some answers for that. I had a bit of an interesting experience today talking about going into social bubbles. I had to go see my physio today, and so she's just started seeing her patients. I went up to her front door, and she's got knocked on the door. She's got kind of the plastic apron on, the surgical mask, and the rubber gloves. And I thought it was literally the scene of a horror film. I wondered what the hell I was walking into, but. Our social bubble will not be like that, Maud. Just letting you know, no. We're not going to go
having none
that.
of that.
So yeah, and yeah, you're quite right, Mrs. White. She does live next door to you, so you'll see some funny sights over the next few days. But that was quite interesting. So yeah, Maud, quite right. We will be seeing us and Wilson. But it would appear that no one else is seeing anyone else. Ooh. I think maybe the question about the name 10 most followed people on Twitter. Maybe.
To be fair, with the 10 most followed people on Twitter, I think you rolled your eyes for about 8 of them. There weren't many people on there you were terribly impressed with.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I thought you meant like, yeah, no, I do know they are.
No, I didn't mean like,
but
you didn't know them. I meant,
I was like, why would you follow them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, well, you'll see later when I go through the answers. But you're like, really? They got anyway. Okay, right. We will give you another little 30 seconds. Should we say 30 seconds?
Oh, let's say 30 seconds. It's Friday.
Come on, go crazy.
It's been a long week.
The next round we're going to be moving on to is all about Italy. So we've been to France, we've been to Australia. What other countries have we been to?
Well, we're going to Italy.
But we're off to Italy. So we'll see what you know about Italy. And maybe you might be bubbling up with someone from Italy. Tell us about it.
We genuinely don't know how that's going to work.
Talk to us. Okay, here we go then. So we're going on to the second round, and this is all about Italy. Question number 1. In which city will you find the Uffizi Gallery? In which city will you find the famous Uffizi Gallery? Now, I know my sister's watching this. I don't know. I won't tell you this story on YouTube, but I'll tell you a little bit later. I took my sister on holiday to Milan some years ago. And I know you're probably laughing. You're laughing now because you can think of all the funny times that you got bitten by mosquitoes. And yeah, the swelling that ensued. I was just telling me to shut up. I think, I'll stop there and we'll just remove that one. Anyway, so question number 2. Which Italian artist painted the Mona Lisa? Which Italian artist painted the Mona Lisa?
We're literally gifting you points tonight.
I know. Well, it was a tough one, that last one. So well, hopefully you can make it up here. And Wilson is starting to sniff around, Leo. Your luck's nearly in. Question number 3. In which city will you be arriving if you fly to MXP? So the airport code MXP. Which city will you be arriving at if you fly there to MXP? Is he here?
He was.
No,
just on
he's wrestling with the power cable. He'll be back. Question number 4. Which mountain range forms the northern border of Italy? Which mountain range forms the northern border of Italy? And she says, I can tell the story. It is funny, but it's a family show. And I think, yeah, no, I don't want to go off air. I don't want to get into trouble. So no, I'm not going to tell the story. And don't you worry. Question number 5. Name the brothers who are believed to have founded Rome. Name the brothers who are believed to have founded Rome. Dr. Tresario, what's the name of the mountain range on the northern border of Italy? So question number 5, name the brothers who are believed to have founded Rome. Whoop. He's hopping around. And I'm going to need both brothers as well for the point. Question number 6, I hope I get my pronunciation right. Sangiovese, Barbara, and Amarone. Is it Amarone or Amarone? Someone out there will know. Are all types of what? Sangiovese, Barbera, and Amarone, or Amarone, I think it's Amarone, are all types of what? And Wilson's doing this crazy thing, Leo, where he sort of hops around where I'm sitting, and then he launches on me. And then we had this virtual open morning last week. And at one point, so when I was in the spotlight to talk to people, and suddenly Wilson was literally just clinging onto my shirt collar like this and not going anywhere. But here he is. You can see he's doing his rat in a bag impression at the moment. There he is.
Hasn't he grown?
Look how big he is.
He's a big boy now.
He's huge. There he is. He's like a little grey tiger, isn't he? Right, I'll hold him there whilst we look at question number 7. Amaretti are crunchy little biscuits with the flavour of which nut? Amaretti are crunchy little biscuits with the flavour of which nut? I won't turn Wilson around because that would just be an obscene response to that question.
Don't do that.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
He's big, Wesley.
Where was that? Question 7. Amaretti are crunchy little biscuits flavoured with the flavour of which nut? Question number 8. What is the main ingredient in passata? What is the main ingredient in passata? Angie says cute. Is it me?
I think they're talking about Wilson.
Oh, the cat. He's still playing with the electric cable, so we'll see what happens. Question number 9. The city of Pisa is in which Italian region? The city of Pisa is in which Italian region? And question number 10. According to the Lonely Planet, what is the most visited tourist attraction in Italy? According to the Lonely Planet, what is the most visited tourist attraction in Italy? There's plenty to choose from. Which one are you going to go for? Which is the most popular? And finally, question 11. I think this might come down to just name as many Italian cities as you possibly can. But can you name the 10 cities with the greatest populations in Italy? So name the 10 biggest cities by population in Italy.
Or go for 10 cities.
Or just go for 10, mind Esther, 10. 10 Italian cities, but I'm ideally looking for the 10 biggest by population. Okay. Now, some of you already started to tell us or give us little hints about perhaps what you're doing this evening with fish and chips and all the rest of it. Do let us know how else are you treating yourself on Friday night. Okay, I've heard on the grapevine that lots of you are gearing up for the Friday night quiz in nice ways and doing nice things on a Friday evening. So let us know how you're treating yourself tonight. Got anything particularly nice for your dinner? Any nice bottles of wine particularly open at the moment? Have you dressed up? Are you doing this in black tie?
I would love to
I think
see
as the
photos.
weeks are going on, I think I've just dressed down. Look, I'm just t-shirt tonight, and I've even gone for a special shaved head. Just Because I can. But yeah, so let us know what are you having? How are you making the night special? So whilst you're thinking of your 10, if you're playing in a team and there's some people taking this really seriously, naming the 10 Italian cities, whoever's in charge of the keyboard, how are you treating yourself? So the Humphreys have had nachos, very nice. Mr. Beasley is in his birthday suit. What? The mind, but poke out my mind's eye. Jesus Christ. The Passmores are in hats. I hope you've got something else on, but okay, maybe they're in the birthday suits as well. Homemade Chilean cider for Angie. HFC, Henley fried chicken.
Henley fried chicken sounds very fancy, Mrs. Coultas.
Very nice. Where's Henley fried chicken then? Is that?
I think is it Mrs. Coultas making it? Someone's had giggling squid.
We're so lucky. Yeah, there's so many like nice restaurants doing takeaways, especially in Henley. Where's Henley fried chicken? Let us know. Homemade curry, bottle of Landlord, one for Dr. Rosario.
Oh.
You had an English. Is an English just whatever you can grab out the freezer and stick in the oven? That's what a friend of mine used to call an English. Reese, you've had a beer, you cheeky devil. Someone's just turned 18. Freddie Coultas made the Henley fried chicken himself. It was fab. Oh, right. Okay, nice. So it literally was made at home. Very nice. I love this. It kind of makes me feel even more. Tam, what did we have for dinner?
Slightly bizarrely, for Friday, we had a roast because the weather forecast looks really nice for Sunday, and I don't want my reading and lounging to be interrupted by peeling potatoes and standing in a hot kitchen.
Yeah.
So we had roast tonight because it was a bit miserable and a bit grim. So
I am absolutely stuffed because we've had a massive roast dinner. Mr. Brown's had Tim Taylor. I think that's a beer. The Scotch Brooks have had gruel on toast.
That's very sweet.
And the Bonanza have had homemade raspberry and hibiscus gin and tonic. You can tell we're living in a nice area, can't you? How have you treated yourself? Oh, we've had homemade raspberry and hibiscus gin.
Or gruel on toast.
Or gruel on toast.
Either one.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's look. This is just.
We're all very jealous.
There's too much levity here. Let's bring this back to the quiz. So round 3 is all about current affairs. Question 1. A statue of whom was thrown into a Bristol dock last week? A statue of whom was thrown into a Bristol dock last week? Daniel, chicken shop and Echo for. I know what Echo for. Chicken shop. Just some local
chicken.
finger licking chicken.
Oh.
Gimber and tonic. What's Gimber and tonic?
I don't know. Don't own up to not knowing.
Gimber and tonic. I love a Gimber and tonic.
We just don't have it here in the Viking Isles.
Question number 2. Who did Rishi Sunak replace as Chancellor before lockdown? Who did Rishi Sunak replace as Chancellor before lockdown? So we've got these current affairs questions, and actually it wasn't so long. Some of them, they're not that. Some of them refer to things maybe a couple of months ago, but it seems an absolute lifetime away, doesn't it? Question number 3: which basketball star died in a helicopter crash earlier this year? Which basketball star died in a helicopter crash earlier this year? And question 4, you are going to have a good memory for this one. What date did the UK go into lockdown? What date did we go into lockdown? So that would be when Boris Johnson said,
from tonight,
from this date, stay at home. When what was the date that we had to stay at home?
Was it this year? Good question, Dr. Rob. It feels like a long time ago.
It really does. Because I think, maybe you're thinking it in terms of the number of weeks that we've done this quiz, plus a bit extra.
Is that what's making lockdown feel so long? The quizzes. Please, anything but this. Let it just be over.
Question number 5. On which social media platform did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announce they were stepping down as senior royals? On which social media platform did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announce they were stepping down as senior royals? So, what, you've got like a 1 in 3, 1 in 4?
There's loads there, isn't there? We're just showing our age by limiting the number that we know about.
Yeah, I'm giving too much away. Okay, stop it. Question number 6. What is the name of the Netflix documentary about Joe Exotic? What is the name of the Netflix documentary about Joe Exotic? It's all gone very quiet on the comments.
Because I feel this is around that there should be some good scores on.
Did you think when it goes quiet on the comments, it's because everyone's going, oh?
No, there's lots of writing. There's good writing.
There's thinking going on.
Yeah. I'm feeling positive. Good scores tonight.
Fingers crossed, guys. Question number 7. Which private company became the first to launch a rocket into space? Right, one there for you, Eddie. Which private company became the first to launch a rocket into space? Jessica's saying that they are concentrating.
Good, so, Jess. I'm pleased to hear it.
Good. Well, I don't know how many lessons I've taught this week, but it's good that we've got some people concentrating. That's good. Question number 8. Leo, you cynic. Everybody's too busy Googling. God, don't believe it for a second.
No, you're an honest bunch.
Question number 8. Which town was Dominic Cummings driving to test his eyesight? Which town was Dominic Cummings driving to test his eyesight? I don't want you to get all political about this. It's just a question. Don't start shouting.
Just write down the
Don't
town
start
name.
shouting at the screen. Just write down the name of the town. Question number 9. In which month was the first case of COVID-19 formally diagnosed in the UK? In which month was the first case of COVID-19 formally diagnosed in the UK?
And we got all excited today, didn't we? You had
What about that?
No, you had a letter inviting you to go for antibody testing as part of a survey. And when we tried to log on to get you booked in, the code had expired.
Yeah, well, I don't check the post very often, do I?
That was so good. We fluffed it.
Well, I don't know. I think you're getting a bit too excited at this. I'm all right. I'm okay. Don't know about you, but question number 9. In which month? No, I've just done number 9. I'm on to the next page. We're rattling through these. Question number 10. Which film, Mr. Milburn, which film won Best Picture at the Oscars this year? Dr. Tresario, is that the actual date or the correct date?
A date this year, put it that way.
I want the month.
Yes, you can just give us the month.
Yeah, I just want the month that it was diagnosed. Which film won Best Picture at the Oscars this year?
I can't even believe that was this year.
I know. Yeah. Where are we now? Well, what was it? 4 months away? 4 months ago?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a long time. And
question number 11. Can you name the top 10 newspapers by circulation? This is as of May 2020. Name the top 10 newspapers by circulation, and that includes the daily and the Sunday editions. Can you name the top 10 newspapers by circulation, including the daily and the Sunday editions? See how you get on with that.
I think this one's quite tricky.
Yeah. Mr. Durkoop. Do you know, I just knew you was going to come out with that.
We gave you an Italy round. We thought that one would be good. We'll do a round about Switzerland next.
Yes, the UK.
We tried so
Yes, UK newspapers, please. In print,
It's
Joanne,
print
please.
circulation.
So in print circulation, daily and Sunday editions for the UK only. So just have a good guess. Oh, you're probably. I'm assuming, being a Swiss resident, you're probably quite worldly wise anyway. So 10 UK newspaper publications. So I'm very excited about what's coming up this week, and you might have seen it in the bulletin that came out earlier. But we've got a special guest coming to Shiplake on Friday morning, Mr. Motivator.
Mr. Motivator.
Mr. Motivator is joining us for it's Mental Health Wellbeing Week. So he's joining us on Friday morning, and he did this great video introducing his thing that he's going to be doing for us next Friday. And I have to admit, I said yeah.
He was very excited.
I got to the end of the video and he says, "No, let me hear you say yeah." I went, "Yeah, this is going to be great." So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Bring on Friday.
Coming up. If you do want to talk to us in the comments, I know you're probably frantically thinking of your 10 newspapers by circulation. Mr. Motivator, he's going to be brilliant on Friday morning. Who would be your second best choice for motivating you on a Friday morning, end of the week, get you through that last day before the weekend? We're looking forward to Mr. Motivator coming along. I've heard rumor about what he is going to be doing. I think it is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, who would interest you? Do free papers count? Yes, they do actually. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can include free papers.
Good question.
My sister would like Tom Hardy to motivate her on Friday morning. That's as much as I'm going to say about that one, Angela. Yeah, so we've got Mr. Motivator. I don't know who other than him, who would motivate you?
Apparently us. Mrs. Courthouse. You wouldn't want to us first thing in the morning. We're quite miserable, to be fair.
Linsky's Anthony Watson, so rugby player. Yeah, he would motivate you. I used to teach him when he was in.
I know you tell me every time we watch rugby.
He's grown a bit since then, but yeah, how do you motivate you? Chuck a ball at you, get up. Mr. and Mrs. Cecil motivated us, very nice. Mr. Durkoop, your daughter is trying to motivate you to type silly comments. Timmy Mallet and a game of Mallet's Mallet. So some of you won't have a clue what that is, but quite a few of us will. Mallet's Mallet. Idris Elba, Mrs. Passmore. I don't know which direction this question's going in, really. That colour lycra will you meet? The Harper's. What colour lycra will he have on? I don't know. Not sure. Mr. T, Dwayne the Rock. Oh yeah, the Rock.
People are very excited now.
I don't actually. Maybe I shouldn't have asked the question. What kind of motivation are you after? Don't know. Anyway, we are going on to.
We'll stick with Mr. Motivator.
Round 4, the final round. And again, thank you very much to the Humphreys for doing this, for Eddie and Robbie for coming up with a sci-fi round. We hope you enjoy this. So here we go. Question number 1. How many doctors have there been on the TV show Doctor Who? Bit of a tricky one to start with, but go with it. How many doctors have there been on the TV show Doctor Who?
To be fair, I guessed this one and I was really close.
You were? Yeah, you can have a pretty good guess at it. Question, I don't know, going too fast. Sometimes I get this vision in the corner. There's someone going, Producer Tam telling me to slow down. Question number 2. What 80s TV show does the term Nanu Nanu come from? What 80s TV show does the term Nanu Nanu come from? Where did I teach Anthony Watson? So he went to St George's in Weybridge. Question number 3. What sci-fi character is known by his catchphrase, live long and prosper?
That's a good question.
Can you do the...
Shall I do it?
Yeah.
Do you think that's not too much for him?
No. It's an easy question, isn't it? Come on. There you go. Who's that? That's perfect.
Mm.
Question number 4. Luke, I Am Your Father is from which episode of the Star Wars franchise? Luke, I Am Your Father is from which episode of the Star Wars franchise? Now, I'm aware, only because someone living in the house might have said this might be an issue, there might be a bit of controversy over is it one episode or the other, but it's the one that says on the title, they all say Star Wars episode, it's that one. Okay, so which episode do you hear the Luke, I Am Your Father?
You're giving points away tonight.
Dr. Tresario is arguing that that is the wrong quote.
Dr. Tresario, then you need to take it up with Eddie Humphries.
Yeah, this was donated to us. Mrs. White said that's not actually. Oh my God, what is the line then?
You are looking at completely the wrong person.
Does he not say? Does he not say Luke? Does he just say, "I am your father"?
Let's not get into it. We know what line we all mean.
All
Let's
right,
just be nice, be kind.
It's a valid point, Mrs. Cecil. Yeah, it's okay. So Dr. Tresario says
Dr. Tresario not letting you go.
I am your father. All right. So all right, you get the idea. Question number 5. In what year was Interstellar released? Was it 2012, 2014, or 2016? I could have said, Luke, I am your mother, but
that would have been unexpected.
Yeah, I think there'll be more people moaning about it. In what year was Interstellar released? Was it 2012, 2014, or 2016? Question number 6. Captain James Kirk is the captain of which famous ship? Captain James Kirk is the captain of which famous ship? I should say, of course, Humphreys, because you donated the round, you've already got yourself 20 points for free. So I hope you've done all right in that you can start counting. You can start counting up your scores.
Apart from the fact you haven't given the answers.
Good point. Yeah, we'll get your scores first, I'm sure. Question 7. How old was the Jedi Master Yoda when he died? Was he 800, 900, or 1,000? Bonus point for his middle name. No. It's T though, isn't it? James T. Kirk?
Yes.
What's the...
Again, why?
I don't know. I'm getting being drawn in by the audience. Tiberius. There we go.
Thank you.
Question 8. Complete this quote from the X-Files. The truth is... What? Complete this quote from the X-Files. The truth is what? Question number 9. What was the home planet of Luke Skywalker as a child? What's the name of of Luke Skywalker's home planet from when he was a child? What is the name of Luke Skywalker's home planet from when he was a child? And good luck with the spelling. Just, you know, if phonetically it looks vaguely right, that's probably fine. And question 10. What kind of car is the time machine in Back to the Future?
Now that's one I can get on board with.
Come on, you'll all be getting that, surely. What kind of car is the time machine in Back to the Future? And finally, for this evening then, the last question of the quiz. List 10 actors who have played a doctor in Doctor Who. So we've already heard that there's obviously, I was about to give it. We've already heard there's quite a few doctors. So can you name 10 of them? I'll give you a clue. There's obviously a few more than that. And Esther, I only want 10 answers.
So if you wrote 9 down for the question earlier,
yeah,
you really need to go back and amend.
Yeah, so there's a clue for you. There's more than 10 doctors. Can you list 10 actors who have played a doctor in Doctor Who? So there'll be parents there going, oh, I remember it from the 80s and 70s. There'll be some grandparents and aunties and uncles going, oh, yeah, I remember him. He played the first one. Oh, right, yeah. And then there'll be the kids going, who? Doctor what? Anyway, so whilst you're thinking of your 10 actors who've played Doctor Who, give us some ideas for the weekend. Apparently, it's going to be a really nice, hot, sunny weekend. So I might actually finally, despite having bought it a few weeks ago, I might actually be able to sit on the new Sun Lounger at last. I know that we're looking forward to coming and seeing Alex and Joanne tomorrow. We're going to have pizzas from the homemade pizza oven. Oh, it's brilliant. And I think, I might get some bike rides in. Just what are you doing to enjoy the weekend? Obviously, we're still in a kind of an ease down lockdown, but let us know what you're doing. Maybe give some other people some ideas of how to enjoy the hot, sunny weekend. Maybe you're just sitting in the garden, sipping, was it Jimber and Tonic? Jimber and Tonic, was that right?
Ordering from Purple Foot Wines.
Or ordering from Purple Foot Wines, yeah. Or tapping up Orwell's for a bit more lobster and turbot. Yeah. Let us know what you're up to, and where should people go this weekend? What should they be doing? Give us some ideas whilst you're thinking of your 10 actors who have played Doctor Who. Mr. Scotchbrook says the Doctor Who question has just made Sun number 2's night.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Well, as I say, we're hoping that it's pleased quite a few of you this round. A really good round, Eddie and Co. So thank you very much for that. Mr. Durkoop says, my daughter says, relaxing from the first week back at school.
That sounds like a good way to spend a weekend.
Very good way to spend a weekend. Yeah, and after a week of remote lessons and so, I know, people are starting to get a bit tired. The whole kind of remote teaching thing is getting quite hard. We've got 2 more weeks to go. We're going to have to keep fighting to the very end. So how are you going to make sure that your kids can relax over the weekend as well? Very noble of you, Eddie. Apparently it was mainly Rob Humphries who donated that. So thank you very much.
Eddie. Yeah. I'm sitting with a book.
Yeah. You're not going to use the lounger, are you?
Well, not if you're. Well, I feel the lounger is going to become a bit of a.
We've got some comfortable garden furniture, but that lounger,
fighting point in the garden.
Yeah, that was my lounger. You've got a rocking chair, haven't you? That was your. We'll be keeping it classy with a game of swing ball and an Aperol.
Aperol and swing ball. That's probably not a combination you would have put together before lockdown.
So Aperol, that's very Italian, isn't it?
That's very Italian.
Yeah, so hopefully you did well on the Italy round, Catherine. And what else? Some more fencing. Do you mean fencing, sword fighting, or do you mean putting up a fence?
Do putting up a fence again?
That.
Lovely.
Angie's having a picnic on the beach. That's just breakfast for you, isn't it? You live on the beach.
That sounds wrong.
Creosoting. Okay, so creosoting the fence. Yeah. Okay. Right, all lovely ideas. I don't know how many of those people are going to copy. I would go for the swing ball and Aperol. I think that's.
I'm going to stick with my book. If that's all right.
Right. So I am glad to go through the answers. It really has been a long week. Knackered tonight. So anyway, before I go through the answers, thank you very much again for joining us. We hope that you've enjoyed yourselves in the Viking Arms and you've all had a nice evening. We will be back next Friday, and we will also. This is the.
Should I do like
the
a
headline?
Kind of drum roll or something?
We are also looking forward to our. Go on then. So we will also do. Not only are we doing next week, we will do. The 2 weeks time as well after speech day. So after the speech day celebrations, we will be back here as well. So you can round up. So it's effectively like your virtual Leavers Ball celebration. Okay, so you have speech day and then you can celebrate in the Viking Arms and we'll do a special for them. So here are the answers. According to IKEA, which piece of furniture is sold roughly every 5 seconds? It's a Billy bookcase. So if you put Billy bookcase, that's the answer there. Capital of Hawaii is Honolulu. A mammal with 40,000 muscles is the elephant. The most widely eaten fish by humans is a herring. The Winter Olympic sport that's played on a sheet is curling. The relationship between Queen Elizabeth and Princess Beatrice is they are grandmother, granddaughter. In a coxless rowing boat, how does the steersman steer? He uses his foot. The Khyber Pass links which 2 countries? It's Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Roman numeral for 50 is the letter L. The most southerly capital city in Europe is Nicosia in Cyprus. Okay, I didn't need Cyprus, but it's Nicosia. And the 10 most followed people on Twitter, and I'll go from 10th to 1st, Ariana Grande, Donald Trump, Ellen DeGeneres, Lady Gaga, that's Lady Gaga, Cristiano Ronaldo, Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, and number one, the most followed person on Twitter with 117 million followers, apparently.
Is it me?
No. Is Barack Obama. So take from that what you will. But yeah, they are the 10 most followed people on Twitter. Round 2, our Italy round. In which city will you find the Uffizi Gallery? That is in Florence. The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. If you fly to MXP, you will be going to Milan. The mountain range on the northern border of Italy is the Alps. The brothers who are believed to have founded Rome are Romulus and Remus. Sangiovese, Barbera, and Amarone are all types of red wine. Amaretti are crunchy little biscuits, and they are flavored with almonds. The main ingredient in passata are tomatoes. The city of Pisa is in Tuscany. The most visited tourist attraction in Italy is the Colosseum in Rome. And the 10 cities with the greatest populations are, so in order of biggest going down, is Rome, then it's Milan, Naples, Turin, Palermo, Genoa, do you? Oh, joke. Bologna, Florence, Bari, and in 10th place is Venice. Current affairs. I've been interrupted there. Jessica Bonans, champagne and black tie for the occasion. That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. We'll try and do black tie. Current affairs. The statue of whom was thrown into a Bristol dock was Edward Colston. Before Rishi Sunak, it was Sajid Javid. The basketball player who died in the helicopter crash was Kobe Bryant. The date that the UK went into lockdown was the 23rd of March. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced on Instagram that they were stepping down as senior royals, so it's Instagram. The Netflix documentary about Joe Exotic is The Tiger King. The private company which became the first to launch a rocket into space was SpaceX. Dominic Cummings was driving to Barnard Castle to test his eyesight. In which month was the first formal diagnosis of COVID-19? It was January. And the film which won the Best Picture Oscar was Parasite. The top 10 newspapers by circulation, and I'll start with the most circulated one first. It goes the Metro, then it's the Sun, the Daily Mail, then it's the Sun on Sunday, the Mail on Sunday, the Sunday Times, the Mirror, the Times, the Sunday Mirror, and the Daily Telegraph. Okay, so they are the top 10 print newspapers. And finally, our sci-fi round, and thank you once more to the Humphreys for giving us this. So how many doctors have there been in Doctor Who? 13. So there have been 13 different doctors in Doctor Who. Nanu comes from Mork and Mindy. Live Long and Prosper, that was Spock. Luke, I am your father. Oh, I just feel people getting angry with that. No, I am your father. That was episode 5. Interstellar was released in 2014. James Kirk is the captain of the USS Enterprise. Yoda was 900 years old when he died. What we got? The X-Files, The Truth Is Out There. What was the home planet of Luke Skywalker called? That is Tatooine. The kind of car used in Back to the Future was a DeLorean. And in question 11, Oh, hold on. There's a protest here.
We're going to have to go to a
John
judge's
Hurt and
decision.
Joe Martin. Now, actually, I think he might have a point, but they were just sort of cameo parts, I believe.
You're asking the wrong person.
Look, if you think it's right, just give yourself a mark. Let's face it. Who's no one's checking. Question 11. 10 actors who have played a Doctor in Doctor Who. So the first one I've got William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davidson, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and Jodie Whittaker. So if you want to argue about any of those, or if you think that I've missed any out, knock yourselves out. This is, as Mr. Milburn would say, this is what I've got on the card.
And it's Mr. Milburn starting protest.
I know.
Honestly.
So those are your answers. Give yourselves a score out of 80. The first one is already through, and the Humphreys are on 69, so 69 to beat. And whilst you're quickly counting up your scores, obviously, we will see you next Friday. And all that's left for me to say is for you to stay safe. I hope you're looking after yourselves. I hope you enjoy starting to see more people over the weekend. Enjoy the great sunny, warm weekend. And here we go with the scores. So the Blomfields are on 60. The Beasleys on 59. Coltises are on 60. Les Quiserables on 47. The Kellets on 61. Mr. Bevans on 56. The Breretons on 58. Lockwood 65. That's a leader.
Good work,
no, it's not. 69 is the leader. 54 for the Fisher. 57 for Angie. 59 for Wendy for the Cliffs. 42 for the Dirkoops. 62 for the Hobsons. 58 for the Tangs. 53 for the Rapplemores. 64 for the Milburns. A respectable 56 for the McPhees, 55 for the Ashes, 61 for the Bakers, 53 for the Brentons, 62 for the Bonans, 52 for the Whites, 55 for the Woods. The Humphreys need to tell us again that they've scored 69. 52 for the Whites, 56 for the Chowshies, 54 for the Bradshaws, and 59 for the Humphreys and Hunts, 60 for the Harpers, 59 for the Passmores, 51 for Team Braz, 62 for the Morleys, 67 for the Weatherstones, 57 for the Carlstons. They're still coming in. 69 for the Scotchbrooks, so joints first place there. 55 for the Linskys. Mrs. Rapple's on 58. Mrs. Green's on 57. We don't give half marks. And 55 for the Strides. The Kennys are on 62. And the Manly Wars take it tonight with a mighty 75 points. Well done them. And the Higgins are on 52. Dr. Rosario, you're saying 80, but
you've got form on the fibbing.
The boy who cried wolf, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid I'm not going to take it. So hope you've enjoyed the quiz. Look after yourselves. We will see you next Friday. And until then, have a great week. And everybody, get out at the pub. Come on, you've got homes to go to. Off you pop.